Here is my favorite JoJo character from every single part. And since this is a very special occasion, I'm wearing my big boy suit. Starting off with part 1, somebody who doesn't get enough credit, Baron Zeppeli. I love how goofy this man is. He follows Jonathan through the woods, and when he sees him, he starts acting nonchalant, eating a sandwich. You're not telling me there's a better character than this in part 1. He skips around the water like a goofball. He demonstrates Hamon. To this day, the wine trick is one of my favorite things in JoJo. If it wasn't for his noble sacrifice and giving his own Hamon to Jonathan, the story would have ended a lot earlier. Also, cool hat. Honestly, I might as well skip part 2 because there's nobody on the level of young Joseph. Just straight up the best character in the franchise and the best JoJo. The highest battle IQ in the series. You're telling me any other JoJo would have beaten Cars? Impossible. Bro had to face Loki, the ultimate villain, while his special move was running away and he still pulled it off. He's also canonically the strongest Hamon user of all time. How you feel about that? Not to mention the other tricks like the clackers and Tommy gun he shoves up his ass. The GOAT of the entire franchise. Part 3, the greatest minor villain in the series. Look at my boy Whole Horse. He's just sitting there, chilling, killing. Not only is he also, like everybody else I mentioned, goofy as fuck, but when the time is right, he's not as much of a coward as everybody thinks he is. Darby literally aged like 50 years just by hearing Dio's name. Vanilla Ice gave up his own life for him. Meanwhile, Whole Horse was ready to end the series early. No other part 3 villain would dare. Broski was so good, Araki literally considered putting him in the main cast. The best cowboy in the franchise. No, I am not kidding, okay? For part 4, Mikitaka. Anybody got some tissues we can munch on? In a series that literally has bizarre in its name, this is quite possibly the most bizarre character. Bro is literally unaffected and resistant to the stand arrow. His power is so versatile, we actually saw very little of his potential. But Josuke wearing him as sneakers, you know what that means, don't you? Shusuke is officially canon. I am low-key convinced if he went 1v1 against Kira, we would have had a I'd win situation. Oh hey, didn't see you there. You just caught me recreating the best pose in JoJo. And yes, I did go back to my regular black fit just to honor Risotto. No part 5 character comes close to this guy. Metallica's one of the coolest stands, making him the edgiest character in the franchise, literally. Broski was also responsible for the best out of very few villain-on-villain fights in JoJo. If it wasn't for Narancha's dumbass, he would have won too. You want to talk about aura? Is this right here. Back to the suit because we got another motherfucker in this suit, Anakis. And I'm breaking the rules a little bit, but also Anasui for part 6. The biggest simp in the series who dresses like a stripper, but also pretty fucking cool. I like how obsessive he is. I like Diver Down. And his tag team with Weather low-key carried the series. The only reason I prefer Anakis, who has a screen time of like 30 seconds, if that. Nope, it's not because of the cool hat, although that's a big factor too. It's because he got the girl. Where Anasui failed, Anakis succeeded. I'm gonna need everybody to stand up for the president of these United States. Funny Valentine, baby. You thought I wasn't gonna put him on here? The man with the most unexplainable glow-up of all time. This guy literally said, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's why it's a good thing he can pull out an infinite versions of himself at all times. Funny Valentine did nothing wrong. And finally, for part 8, Kira. The thing I love most about him is he's a combination of a fuck ton of characters. He's a new Kira, he has Killer Queen, his face is exactly like Jotaro, and he says this? Who is this guy? Can't share too much, cause nobody has read JoJolian, but a badass motherfucker. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns? Let me know in the comments.